please tell me I'm not the only one that got fucking pumped at the end of that episode of Kabaneri. Oh, oh my god, that fucking phenomenal. Yo, we've got some fucking shit going on now. Like, yo, Ikoma fucking nailing his own fucking pile bunker to his own arm. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like, what do I do with this stump? Fuck it. Now I'm gonna point out, like, real life, that is the most stupidest fucking idea you could do. It's like, think about it. You've got all that pressure of the fucking pile bunker going into your fucking, like, arm. That is going to destroy bones. The arm's gone. But that transformation at the end is like, fucking Jesus Christ. Ikoma ripping off the fucking restraints, cutting the hair, putting that to his fucking arm. He's like, this is the moment that I become a man I can be proud of. Rips the restraint and fucking like, it was such a fucking epic like finale. I feel like especially Kabaneri has been able to nail, and it means nail, those cliffhangers like every week. I think it's been like the past like 3 or 4 weeks where I've just been like, stop, like every cliffhanger has given me something on there. And while we got all of that, Violet just decides to put the fucking blue juice inside of Mume, turning her into one of those like black slave shrouds, what we've been seeing. Although, like, one thing is, like, just the beauty, like, even though she's got an empty face and, like, you can just see the, like, beauty in it, and it's just, like, when she was transforming and seeing, like, the butterflies everywhere like that, it was such a great, it looked fucking movie quality at that scene, and just seeing, like, you know, her getting her own, like, butterfly wings, and, like, seeing that the whole, like, shogunate, like, was like, oh, they can't impregnate our fucking iron fortress, like that, it's like, you really think, and just the whole point of, like, my god, these guys are so much dumbasses. Oh, the Koutetsujou is here and all that, and we've kidnapped Baiba, you know, that's what we've done. Like, did you not suspect for a fucking minute that they might have captured them, took Ayame, and fucking interrogated them? He's like, you dumb ass pieces of shit. Like, oh my god. Like, you guys like, oh, we'll take him prisoner though, we'll put him in front of everyone. Baiba putting a sneaky little, like, infection on this little blade they have, turning his own father into, like, a Kabaneri in front of everyone. And him's like, why are you gonna believe the traitor? You're just like, oh, but your father just turned into, like, one like that. It's like, I felt like every human being in this episode, like, was just retarded. It's, like, for the majority of it, it's just like, you had the, like, emotional part of, like, Takumi with everyone getting emotional with that, and it's like, Ikoma for the most part was like feeling down because one, his arm got blown off, he could save his friend, Mume's now about to wreck everyone, and out of everyone the fucking samurai dude comes back with the scientist, and it's just like all like literally all vagabond up. Like, it's like, yeah, I've been carrying this fucker for like days, like I've been doing this shit like that on my motorbike, and it's like we're doing this entire thing, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you got, I will say, if the one thing this episode like had that I didn't like, apart from like the humans being complete and utter dumbasses in this one, was like, there was like one scene when they released like, as they were transforming into Kabaneri because they had a bunch of people injecting the poison into people, and then they had like, oh, we're gonna release all these Kabane out of the fucking train, and it was the most goofiest where they just started flinging about, just flying out. It just looks so stupid. Like, yeah, they're gonna land nice and smoothly like that, aren't they? It's like going from that. And there was an interesting part in the episode where Baiba was like, also like after his father was transformed, and he was like, his main reason of him like really wanting to revenge on him, apart from that, is that his father started treating him differently when he was seemingly training with a sword, and he slashed his son, and at that point it was like, oh, it was fear that did it, and yet they had nice moments together, but he changed ever since then. Like, it was like, not the biggest groundbreaking moment of that. That was the thing that changed him, although it was really not being left out there to fucking die was the thing that kind of triggered him like that. It's like, I don't know, like, it was a weird kind of thing to it, but it's like, just, I don't know, just Ikoma's determination at the end, and that fucking OST kicking in like that when he injects the vial into him. He's like, that's an accelerant. So he's pretty much going to become one of like those guys now. Like he's going to become one of the black guys to say that. Whether or not like if he's going to be keeping the humanoid on, but it's seeming like next week we are going to have some big fight. Like if people are going to be complaining about the lasers and stuff like that we had in that one episode, then look forward to that one, because like it's like we're going to be seeing a lot of shit. And it seems like Mume's turned into like, obviously she's got the wings, but I don't know, like, when I saw, like, her design at the end, like, what she, like, the black shroud, like, looked like, she looked like some sort of, like, deer or dog kind of thing, where it was, like, it had, like, 4 legs, and then it had, like, those wings that were sprouting out, like, so I'm really curious to see, like, a little bit more of that, but we can clearly see, like, she was there in the core, and, like, the whole point is that Akame's probably going to need that strength to go and destroy him and, like, take care of them, so I'm looking forward to it. I really liked that finale, though, that episode. I will say, I felt bad for everyone being on the whole Takumi part. I thought, like, Akame, like, taking off his hair, though, like, cutting off the bits of his hair, taking the glasses, like that, I thought that was really badass. Like, the finale of him finally, like, admitting his own faults and just pulling off the fucking thing and just saying, you know, I'm gonna be that man that I can be proud of, that I can save people, I can do it, like that. I can finally be that man, and just ripping off the restraint. Really, honestly, how the show's going, like how it's like looking right now, and I know like it really feels like that there isn't going to be a second season, like how the finale, unless they can stop that transformation or what they're going to be doing. So I don't know, because you know there's so much about this world that we don't know about. Like, you know, we've only had like this big antagonist, and it's like it was looking like we was going to have that season. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to be happening, because you know, like next week and all that could technically, you know, be that finale that we're going to be seeing of, like, you know, for like the longest time. But it's like, it's just so weird right now. Like, the show could go any fucking way right now. Like, you know, since we got the finale next week, and think of, like, if it wasn't for like obviously the earthquakes, then the show would have been over by now. So it's really shocking to think that, like, you know, that we were like, this was like what was going to be happening. But then again, like, you know, that was the tragedy that they had to delay it, of course. And it's like, I'm fucking excited. I really want to see this finale, what's going to be happening with it. It's like, it's really caught my interest, and I think it's caught a lot of people interest at the ending. And I know like a lot of people have been a lot more controversial about it, saying, ooh, that ending actually is a little bit, I don't give a fuck. I'm really excited, regardless of what. Like, I cannot wait for that finale. I really hope for the fact, though, that it does have, like, it doesn't have, like, a dumb ending at all. Like, I hope that's not the case. Like, I really hope that it has, like, a nice, cleaned up ending. But that's the thing. It's got to wrap up Mume, Baiba. It's got to, like, and if you're thinking that if this is the show's finale, not season 2, it has to wrap up that, has to wrap up, like, so this big, like, the Kabaneri problem, it's got to wrap, like, you know, which is near fucking impossible. It's spreading around the entire country, unless they do some really dumb shit like that. But we'll have to wait and see what's the fuck's going to be happening like that. Like, I feel like this show, I think whether or not the show is going to be a fucking, like, a really good show that had a really fantastic start, or it could at a shitty end, or it could turn into a really good show, had a few hiccups, but then fucking stomped it at the end like that, fucking curb stomped right at the end of the football guy, like that, just knocking it out like that. So I want to know what's going on, but I personally really liked the episode. I really hope that if it does get a season 2, they can focus a little bit more on the characters, but like I said, we haven't heard nothing yet, so I am fucking interested. It's definitely a show I want to talk about with some people once it's finished off, since it's definitely one of the big hitters out of the series. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. That's all from me, though. Thank you very much for watching always, and I'll see you guys next time.